Hello everyone, I'm Tilly Douglas from Visual Sense Crafts and I'm going to do 4 tiles today doing the bloom technique. So I'll quickly run through my ingredients and what I use, because if I don't, I know I'm going to get lots of questions because people always want to know the ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down my emulsion, and my emulsion is just I'm in the UK, so I get my emulsion from B&Q, and it's just the Valspar walls and ceiling brilliant white emulsion silk. So that's my base paint, and then for my colours, my pouring medium, I mix the Valspar wood and metal blend V700 base C interior satin. That's from B&Q also, and you get that from behind the paint counter where they mix the paints, because that's untinted. And I mix that with Minwax polyacrylic varnish. So it's polyurethane, so just most polyurethane varnishes, clear gloss, water-based and non-yellowing varnishes will work. So you just need to test them out, see what you think is the best one for you. I do like the Minwax one though. So I mix those in my bottles. I mix them in a jug and then pour them into my bottles, and I do 3 parts of the Valspar base C to 1 part polyurethane varnish. If it needs a little bit more, if it's a little bit too thick, you could just put some extra varnish in, because that's a bit thinner. So that's my base and my pouring medium. Now my cell activator, I use for this particular one, I'm using Amsterdam Oxide Black, and I mix that with the Australian Flood Floetrol. We have Floetrol in the UK, but it doesn't work like the Flood Floetrol from Australia. The one we have is the Oatrol, and it just doesn't work. It's good for mixing with your paints as a pouring medium, but not for this particular effect. So I mix my Flood Floetrol with my acrylic paint, and then I put it in these little bottles, and I mix roughly about 4 parts Flood Floetrol to 1 part paint. So that's those. My colours, I've got a silver, which is a mix of Pebeo Iridescent Silver and DecoArt Silver Extreme Sheen. So I've mixed a bit of both of those together. And my pink is Arteza Magenta Light. So they're my colours. So we're just going to start by putting down our pillow, our base cover for our bloom. So this is just the ordinary Valspar emulsion. More on there. I'm going to put the pink down first. Just pop that little bit. I'm always popping bubbles. I wonder if there's a job you can get popping bubbles. I think I've got one. So put my pink down first, and I like to put quite a big circle on it, so you've got plenty to tilt. You don't have to overstretch your paints. Then I'll leave that off. And I'm going to put my silver. And then I'm going to put my cell activator on the top of that. And then we're going to blow that out. So we're blowing down into the paint and then out. Sorry if it goes off camera a bit. I haven't got much room between the camera. So let that then rise back up, because we've blown it down, so we need to let it rise back up again. So I'll just put that to one side and I'll just crack on with the next one. Oh, talking about cracking on, I've had some people ask about their paints cracking when they've done them and they've left to dry. Some people are getting their paints crack. So there's a couple of things you can do to avoid that. You can, in your pillow paint, your base, you can put some GAC 800, which that works. And the reason it's cracking is because the pillow paint, the bottom layer is a lot thicker than the top layers. So it's drying at different rates. The top is drying and the bottom is not, and it's cracking as it's all drying. Another thing you can do is when you've finished your piece, you can put it wherever you're going to put it to dry, and then you can put a cardboard box over the top of it, and that will slow down the drying time, which also helps. So just thought I'd give you that little tip. So we're going to put our next one on. I'm going to go silver first. I always like to do these in sets of 4, but I will whiz through them so you don't have to sit through. I'll speed it up a bit when I do the next ones. A little bit more on there. The silver can be a bit overpowering, so I don't want too much on there. I'll leave that off. So we're going to blow this out. Here's that one, and then I'll put that there to rise back up again, and this one should be ready to move now. So we'll just bring that paint down to the corners to help it flow a bit easier, and we'll start tilting. Move that one out of the way so I don't spoil that one. It's all moving nicely. Just move it, tilt it backwards and forwards just to make sure it is all moving, which that one is. So we can just start tipping that paint. So off the corner and back. And then off that next corner. These colours look just beautiful together. I've done a few of these tiles on video, and I mostly do them like this just to give you an idea of colour combinations, really, because a lot of people struggle to know what colours to put together. So I think if you can see other people, how their colours work, then it might give you some ideas of what colours to do for yourself. And I'm quite happy for people to copy my ideas. I don't have a problem with that at all. Back to the centre, because I know some people don't like it when people copy what they're doing, but I think of it as a compliment. So feel free to copy any colours or anything that I do. If I put it out on YouTube, then it's out there, and I'm happy for anybody to do exactly the same as I've done. I don't mind at all. So now we're going to go off this corner. So I'll just put a little bit of that paint back on to help drag it down. Now these two corners move a bit slower than the first two. Then that's got to that corner. It does slow down quite a lot, so that's why I put it on fast forward, on a bit faster speed. So there's that. How beautiful is that? I hope you can see it, because it's shining and lovely and glistening. So I do hope you can see how gorgeous that is. So that's that one. And then we're going to do this next one. I'm just going to move that over there. I'll show them all together at the end, how stunning they all look when they're all together. So I'm just going to put a bit of this paint back on here. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm holding on to underneath, because I forget to mention this, then people ask me what I'm holding on to. I put a little tab on the bottom, a little bit of gaffer tape, little duct tape, and make a little tab, and I hold on to that. Makes it so much easier. So we'll start moving this one. Take it off this side first. And back. And off that side. I prepare these tiles by giving them 2 coats of gesso, just so that the acrylic paint's got something to grip to, because I know a lot of people don't do anything with the tiles, they just put the acrylic paint straight on top, but I like to just make sure that they're not going to peel off in the future. So I put 2 coats of gesso on. I do resin the tiles, which also helps hold the acrylic on as well. So I do this part, let them dry for about 3 weeks, and then I give them a coat of resin, and then when that's all dry, I put some cork self-adhesive squares on the back. You can buy them on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below where I get mine from. And then you have a nice set of 4 coasters to either sell or give as gifts or keep for yourself. And they're just unique, and they make gorgeous gifts. So nearly off that corner there. Yeah, and then back to that 4th corner, the slow one. And then back to the centre. I just scrape off with my finger or with a little stick the paint that's underneath. Just so I've got a nice smooth surface when it comes to putting on the cork tiles. I just like to take that back down that way. There. And that's the second one done. How pretty are they? Absolutely gorgeous. Those colours go so well together. So I'm going to whiz through the next two, but I'll just speed it all up so you don't have to sit through the whole process. So there's that one all finished. Stunning, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. So I'll get on and do the other one. And there's that one finished. Look absolutely beautiful, all four of them together. So what I'll do is I'll get cleaned up and I'll do you a close-up of the four together. Now this is the Shelley art technique. So if you want to do this technique and take a course, she's given me a 15% off voucher, which I'll leave in the description below for you. So take advantage of that, because we all like a bit of a saving. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give it a like, a thumbs up, and feel free to share it with your friends. And I will see you in the next video. Wait for the close-up. So here's the close-up of them all. Sorry the light's not ever so good, but and it's a bit of a shadow. Aren't they gorgeous? I think they look absolutely stunning. So I'll see you next time. Bye for now.